Welcome to Savepoint, a show where we talk about video game news and topics that you suggest to us in those YouTube comments down there and on Twitter using the hashtag Savepoint. My name is Ryan Shepard.
And I'm Nick Rubio.
And without further ado, let's just get into it. Oh, by the way, at the end of the week, we will be giving out a free game off of Steam, more than likely. But what you'll have to do is post the click to tweet link down there. We had like 10 or so people click it, but
they
only
didn't post it.
one person has shared it so far.
Yeah.
So they've pretty much got a sure victory for a free game. So if you want a game, you should probably click that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a topic, Nick.
What do we got here? That's YouTube, right? Yeah. 30 Chompy, with an I, not a Y. If you were to introduce gaming to a non-gamer, what would you pick for them to try first and why?
See, I love questions like this. Like, it doesn't always have to be a serious question, guys. I like fun questions. First time game. That's hard. Something easy, right? Like something that would immediately be entertaining.
Mario.
Mario's a good one. Mario's definitely a good choice.
Mario's a good intro. Definitely not Dark Souls or Dark Souls 2.
Oh god, you'd scar them so bad.
Yeah.
You know, I almost think like an MMO like World of Warcraft wouldn't be terrible because it's built in such a way to kind of really ease you in, and I think that's why a lot of
Especially
people.
nowadays, it's that they've really made it.
It's like Candy Walk.
Pretty much.
But yeah, I mean, any game where there isn't too much of a learning curve and it would be fun would be good. But it also be like you'd want to leave an impression. It would always think really fun.
And are we talking like real game or are we talking like Peggle?
Oh yeah, no, we're talking about real games. Let me think. I think maybe Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, the Legend of Zelda games aren't
Ocarina
bad.
of Time.
Yeah,
I played that when I was really young.
That's not so bad.
They don't have to beat it or anything, but just to introduce them to games.
I know you don't really like Minecraft too much, but Minecraft isn't a terrible game for people to...
Minecraft is probably a really good game as an introduction for somebody.
You know, I almost want to kind of say Oblivion.
You think so?
Yeah, just...
You don't think it'd be overwhelming? It's so much going on?
It's not as bad as Skyrim. Skyrim kind of really dumps you into the fucking wilderness. You know, Oblivion kind of like eases you in. I don't know. I felt like Oblivion was a really good game. I don't know. Bioshock is a good game too. Usually, like it depends on what kind of. It all depends on the kind of person.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the kind of person.
I couldn't give Bioshock to like a 5-year-old.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I picture someone being like my age. Like I would be a peer. Like I don't hang out with too many 5-year-olds. I mean, I haven't in a while. Ever since never mind. I was gonna start saying some horrible thing about having a restriction 500 feet of a school or something, but I don't want people to think that's me.
That's not Ryan. Ryan doesn't have that.
That's not me.
He doesn't have to tell the police when he moves.
God. I don't know. I mean, I think Halo's a lot of fun. I think Halo's fun because it's such a group-oriented game. It's something that you'd play with a bunch of people anyway, so it's not too bad to get into, I think. I don't know. What do you guys think? You have a certain game that you think is a really good introduction, or what was the game that introduced you to video games?
You know what game introduced me to video games? The games that I started playing? The putt-putt games.
Putt-putt?
Or not putt-putt, like putt, the car. You know, remember the purple car? Or maybe, what was it? There was like 2 fish. There was like a bunch of learning games. God, I'm gonna kill myself because they all got put on Steam. Remember all those like really old games that just got recently put on Steam?
Man, I think one of the first games I ever played was there's this really awesome Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that was a great game. I know.
And it was like a co-op game, and I remember I was in summer camp one year, and it was me and some other kid who was like a close friend of mine who I don't know who is anymore. But this kid and we played this game, and everybody was watching us because we were so good at it. That's a really good memory for me.
Toe Jam and Earl. I remember playing that as a child. Fond memories.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, 30 Chompy, thank you for complimenting my beard. I am also rather fond of it.
I played a lot of games that I don't think if regular people played when I was a kid, like that they would be attracted to playing video games. Like, what the hell is this?
Like Sanitarium?
Yeah, that was a
terrifying
good game.
minds
That
of
was
a game. Big Fry TV from Twitter says H-Hour World's Elite. What is your opinion on tactical team-based shooters like H-Hour and the new Rainbow Six?
First of all, the new Rainbow Six looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, it does.
If it is exactly what it was, was it E3?
Gosh,
I think it was
E3.
If it was exactly what they showed at E3,
breach all the walls,
then it is going to be probably one of the greatest games ever.
What got me excited about this H-Hour game is that they're kind of referring to it as almost like a spiritual successor to SOCOM. And I don't know about you, but SOCOM is a game that was dear to my heart. It was very cool at that point in time. I remember when they had the game, the show Cheat on G4. Actually, you know what? They had Cheat on Tech TV when Tech TV was still a thing. And SOCOM was one of the games they always had people having teams fight each other in. And I don't know, it was a lot of fun.
I wasn't really too much into SOCOM just because that wasn't my cup of tea at that period of time for
Yeah.
me. I mean, I remember it existing. I remember dabbling it a bit, and just it didn't really attract me. Now I think I'd definitely be interested in it just because I guess more savvy. I don't know.
Yeah.
And more coordinated as a person.
I think I miss having a gameplay experience with a shooter where you have to work with your team. Like when have you ever played a game of team deathmatch that was actually a game of team deathmatch and it wasn't just you running off and shooting people?
Gears of War.
Yeah, that was a while ago. It's been a little while.
I really like how they're doing their DLC. All their DLC is going to be free.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be annual, semi-annual, they said.
Which I think is grateful to the fact that the game was kickstarted.
Yeah, it was successfully kickstarted for like $250,000.
I think it's kind of a slap in the face to kickstart a game and then charge for content.
Yeah, they definitely are giving back a lot. The love they receive. All the guns are going to be free. I like that a lot more. All the guns and weapon attachments are going to be free, so it's going to be very skill based as well. Mm-hmm. I don't like the fact. I really hated how Call of Duty made it so this thing where you had to level up and then you had to drop yourself back down to shit when you finally found a gun that you loved. I didn't agree with that. Let me keep the shit I earned.
Yeah, this whole vanity system of prestiging, and I don't know, that doesn't give me enough replay value.
Yeah, I hit prestige and I'm just gonna stay at this. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay at this prestige.
I mean, look at any game look at Halo for instance. I know I've been mentioning Halo a lot lately. I'm thinking about that Master Chief Collection I won't be able to play. Think about games like Halo. Think about games like, let me think, what's another? Gears of War was one. Games where it had so much replay value and it was so fun simply because you played it with your friends. Mm-hmm. And it created an environment where you needed to play with your friends. Mm-hmm. That's what makes that so much fun. I mean, in my opinion, I don't have nearly as much fun playing Call of Duty and just running around killing people by myself. I prefer to have a group social experience. So a game based around the fact that you have to do that is really cool to me.
Yeah, I really did enjoy that about those games, Halo and Gears. I enjoyed, and the fact that you didn't need to unlock anything. There wasn't anything to unlock in those games, and I played them forever until I was introduced to Rainbow Six Vegas, Rainbow Six Vegas 2, and I never played Gears of War again.
They didn't need to string you along with this odd reward system. It was sort of a built-in sense of gratification.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I really want Rainbow Six Vegas to be good, or Rainbow Six. What are they calling it? It's not Patriots anymore.
Isn't it Siege?
Might be.
I think it's Siege, Rainbow Six Siege, Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six
Azalea bushes.
Shoot the walls down.
Rainbow Six conquers Bad Fur Day.
God, that'd be a nightmare.
Rainbow Six, 6 more rainbows.
Rainbow Six Stallions. I don't know.
Rainbow Six Teletubbies edition, featuring JWoww from Jersey Shore.
That was a reach.
I don't know. It just came. I just plucked it just right out of the sky. Nice. I don't even know what we're doing. We are under the influence of gasoline. We huffed about 3/4 of a gallon of gasoline before we filmed this today.
Yeah, it's so damn cheap these days. What is it, $2.99 I saw it for?
Did I read that
now
one?
I have to drink it. It's so cheap.
Oh, you know what? I would read the next topic, but we have to go to a commercial break or an ad break. I don't know what to call it when you're on YouTube. But
it's an ad because I don't like commercial because I don't like commercials.
Yeah. What you think by calling it an ad, it makes it a little bit better?
It makes it easier for me. I can live with it.
We're going to an ad break. Okay, so I don't know what else to say. Thank you for joining us. Stick with us. We will be right back after this break.
Welcome back to Savepoint, the show where we talk about your questions, and Ryan's going to do that exactly to your question.
Okay, this is coming from Peasus, who is at Peace Phil Peyote. He said, oh, wow, we're getting into this. Thoughts on the game Hatred. Not sure if you guys talked about this yet. We haven't talked about this yet, but let's talk about this game.
So, if you haven't seen, it was on Kotaku, and Polygon also wrote an article about it. Hatred is... They released a trailer for it. I forget what the team was called. I don't care. They basically made a gameplay trailer, that starts off with this guy who looks like Jackie Estacado. That's what he looks like.
From the Darkness?
The Darkness and Darkness
Okay.
2. He looks like that, and he's just loading up on guns and knives and grenades and brooding about how he's angry and he's done with everybody. He's gonna go out for a lovely stroll, and he does that. He exits his house, and it's pretty much a top down. What's that game that just came out? Spartan Ops or whatever.
Spartan Assault?
Yeah, Spartan Assault, where it's like the top-down shooter and you're killing Covenant and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much that, just with people, and there's no context behind it. There's no
Yeah.
story. You are just brutal, and when I say brutal, it is brutal. I mean, at one point you're like knifing some guy in the chest. There's another point where like you shoot some guy's head off, like you just pick him up by the scruff of the neck and blow his head off, and there's fucking no context behind this.
Yeah, it is murder for the sake of murder, and I honestly think that it's a gimmick. I really think they're going for shock value here, and I think it's a really cheap ploy, like for them to market this game like, oh, finally go on a rampage, like they think they're Postal or something. And I feel bad because it's coming at a time where games are kind of starting to get more respect. You know, we had games like Last of Us that got really good press and really good reviews, and we're kind of maybe moving forward that, oh, you know what, maybe games are more than just mindless kill streaks. Or kill fests, I should say. And that's exactly what this game is bringing out, is a mindless kill fest where you just go out and mow people down with no motive. And I know they claim that it's them being honest, but I really feel like what they're doing is it's smut pretty much.
Yeah, it really is. It's honestly it's nothing. It's not. They're not trying to say anything. They're just you're just killing people, and like honestly. It's not even realistic in this fact that, like, okay, so if you go on a rampage in Grand Theft Auto, eventually you just get overwhelmed by cops. You get 5 stars, and you just can't. There's no way you're gonna get put down. In this game, he's in a police station killing people. I don't fucking believe this one guy who, like, I can't imagine. He's in a trench coat. Like, I can't imagine how much ammo he has.
Yeah.
You know, like. I can't imagine that, like, you're not going to get mowed down. Like,
yeah, and it's this idea that people love to just go on rampages in games is only true to a certain extent. Like, you know, even in Grand Theft Auto, it's only fun for a little while, and then you want to go out and do other things. You want to drive around, you want to fly jets, you want to, you know, go on heists and stuff. It's never really, okay, I'm not going to say never, but it's seldom just about going on these rampages. I just think that has such a limited entertainment value that
that's my drop-off point. That's in Grand Theft Auto games, like every Grand Theft Auto game except for this one, I've never completed the story because I'll do the story, I'll get to some mission where I have to go pick up some stripper or do some dumb like mission, some fetch quest, and I just get bored. I go on a rampage, I find a gun, and then I never pick up the game again.
Yeah,
I never
you just
pick
get
it
bored
up.
of the
Like
game.
that's like it for me. Like I don't see any like replay value in it.
Look, I'm not going to say that the game shouldn't be able to be made. They can make the game. I believe in freedom of speech. It's their art. I don't really think it's art, but whatever. I just don't think they should. Just because you can make something, just because you have the right to make something, doesn't mean it should necessarily happen.
Or if you're gonna make it, fucking give it some kind of flavor. Like the reason The Darkness was gritty and dark and there was a lot of killing in it, but like Jackie wasn't killing regular people.
Yes.
I mean, I think you could kill regular people if you wanted to. But again, that was if you wanted to. The main enemies were mobsters who murdered your wife.
Yeah.
Or girlfriend, right?
It was. I think it's a girlfriend.
Yeah, like and basically tried to kill you. Like,
look, there's this
And the
game.
demons.
I don't know. To me, it really just seems like cheap marketing tactics to try to win people over with shock value. That's what I see happening here. I don't see a game that I think is going to be fun. I think it's a game that wants media hype. For the sake of having it. I don't know. It kind of bums me out that we're even talking about this.
They felt it was needed.
The timing is really bad too. Like all the recent events of things that have been happening. Is that what we really need? Is a game about a mass shooter? Like that's what we need? Okay, like or even take for instance Super Columbine RPG. I believe that was what the game was called. Is that game was created to try to provide some context to what happened, which was ultimately a tragedy. I mean, it was very risque and it was very
there was a little tact in it.
Yeah, it was a little. I don't know. It was a little in bad taste for some things, but at least they had some sort of positivity behind it. This seems just like, oh, enjoy murdering people because that's what you really want to do. I don't know.
I mean, and at least there was context to Super Columbine RPG, or whatever the hell it was called. There was no context to this at all. He is just brooding about how he hates everyone, and then just goes on a murder spree. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why are there so many people walking out in front of this guy's house?
Look, more importantly, what do you think? Like, do you think this is going to be a fun game? Do you think that it's something that you would really enjoy playing? Do you think that maybe we're taking it a little bit too seriously? I would really love to hear what people think in the comments. Let us know. Of course, what?
I don't think we are.
What?
I don't think we're taking this too seriously.
I don't think so.
I think we're taking this exactly at face value.
Share that click to tweet. You click the button. It says post tweet. You post the tweet, and it automatically enters you to win a free game, which we still haven't decided. But it will be a newer game. It will be something
Probably
nice.
Halloween themed.
Probably Halloween themed because it is Shocktober.
That sounds like a beer.
That should be a beer.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and we'll catch you next time.
I'm Nick Rubio.
I'm still Ryan Shepard.
He is still Ryan Shepard. We didn't switch bodies.